Hello everybody and welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week we're going to talk about some various different dolls from different time periods, but the one thing they have in common is they're not the average blonde Barbie. They're African American or they're Caucasian with dark hair or something like that. So today we're going to start with a couple of dolls from a series that I like called the Very Velvet Dolls. There was Very Velvet Barbie, of course, and then there were Very Velvet Theresa and Kira, and I believe Nikki was the other one. I have two of those. I didn't get the Barbie because I wasn't crazy about it. I'd kind of like to get the Nikki at some point, maybe, but for now, the ones I want to show you today are the Theresa doll that you see here, and she's one of my two favorites. That's why I got her. So we've got Very Velvet Theresa. And by the way, these dolls, let me see what year they were from. 1998. So there were definitely some good dolls in the 90s, but just not as many as the 80s or now, in my opinion. So Very Velvet Theresa. Here, by the way, is a picture of all the four dolls, and let's see. It says the name of the African American doll. No, well, actually, it's Christy, so it's not Nikki. But here they are, and I'm not crazy, like I said, about the Barbie in the middle here, and this one is not one of my favorites either, but I would possibly get it. Depends what it looks like in person. So that's the whole group. They did have the big boofy dresses that I'm not crazy about, especially on the bottom, but the rest of it I liked. Kind of wish they would have put her in a different color than this black dress, but I do still like it. Here's a closer look at her with this light glaring, I know, but it's hard to get away from the screen. So that's her. And then moving on, the second one that I have is the Kira, which is definitely one of my favorites. I've always liked the Asian dolls, and this is a beautiful one. I do like her in the blue, and I like how they did her hair. And, of course, she's got the same thing on the back. But, I do like the whole velvet look to these dresses. I just kind of wish that they weren't as boofy at the bottom, or poofy. Not boofy, poofy. So that's that one. Now, this doll was part of the 40th anniversary for Barbie, and it's an African American, as you can see. There's obviously a Caucasian version of this too, or white, and I have her, but that's not part of what we're talking about today. So this was to represent, as I said, or celebrate the 40th anniversary of Barbie doll, and they tried to do a takeoff on the original swimsuit with this gown, and I think they did a pretty good job. I like this gown. Here's a picture, of course, on the back of the doll in the bathing suit, the original doll, and this one, and it tells you about what they tried to do. So, obviously, this is from 1999, because Barbie started in 1959. So, yeah, 40 years of Barbie at this point. Now it's been longer, obviously. It's been past 50. This was, by the way, let's see, it says it was originally $50, $29.90 when I got it, and I had an employee discount at the time, so that always helped too. But I think she's really pretty, and also, I don't know if you noticed, if you hadn't seen it, up here in the corner is a replica. I'm going to turn it this way. A replica of the original in the original box. A little tiny one, so that's kind of cute. And they got, of course, the big bouquet of roses. So nice. I like both of these, the white one and the black one. And then another African American doll is this particular Spiegel doll that you see pictured. This was, of course, a store one, and I'm not that familiar with Spiegel, but I guess it would be considered a department store. It's from 1995, and it's one of those that just kind of pops open, and then you see the doll, and she's in a cool little outfit, kind of leopardy, I guess that is. And I don't know if you noticed, not yet here you hadn't, but here's a dog she's walking. A little black dog I think it's a poodle. Yeah, that's a poodle. It's a weird looking doll or dog, let me tell you. The dog is just like a puff face, you know, and I mean, it does kind of look like a poodle, but not a real one. So poodles are not my favorite dog at all, but this doll I do like. It says, "Style to stroll in. Barbie looks her fashionable best in her new outfit. With head-to-toe matching accessories, she and her pretty poodle, yeah, are turning heads everywhere they go." Well, yeah, that poodle would. And so does she. So, like I said, a nice doll. I also have the white version or Caucasian version of this doll, but I just like this one better. Nice doll. And then we're going to move on to another one that is not African American this time, or Asian. She is called Western Stampin' Barbie, but it's actually the Tara Lynn. And if you haven't seen her, this is what she looks like. I really like this Western outfit that she's wearing. It's rather short, this dress or skirt, but it's kind of fun. And the hat. On the back, they show the other two dolls that were available in this little series, the Ken and the Barbie, which I don't have either one because I didn't really care for them that much. And this one I liked because she was so different and not the average doll. And I don't know if there's ever been a Tara Lynn before or after that. I don't think so. But I mean, she was sort of a friend for the season, so to speak, because it was a Western sounding name, I guess. But yeah, it was also one of the things with this is their shoes, or in this case boots. It says to make glitzy trails, roll boot spurs on the ink pad, and then roll on paper or sparkle with glitter. And it says stamp a trail of stars with her boots, add glitter, and the trail sparkles. I don't know if that's... Looks like there's a little ink pad included in there. So that was kind of an interesting idea for the kids, or maybe some adults, not me. But anyway, I liked her a lot, and I did finally get her over time. So that's Tara Lynn. And then just a couple more here for today. Holiday Traditions Barbie. This was a Hallmark Barbie. Hallmark stores used to do, I don't think they still do, a series of dolls every so often. They were exclusive to Hallmark stores, and this is one of them. They did some gorgeous dolls, I think, and I have several. I didn't get them at the time, and I didn't get them from Hallmark. I got them from secondary sellers. And this, believe it or not, I got in an auction for $5. $5. I still can't believe it. But this was part of a lot of 6 dolls that I bought at the time. I mean, they were each priced like $5 to $10. So here's what she looks like in this very wintry looking outfit. Perfect for right now. We're ready for spring, believe me. We've only got about a month left, and I know all of us who are in this mess. We are now in the snowiest winter on record in Indianapolis, so not fun. But anyway, this girl is ready for it as far as that outfit. And look at her face. I mean, I think that's a gorgeous face on a doll. So, excuse me. She says, Holiday Homecoming Collector Series, or I mean, they say it. It says, it's wintertime in the early 1900s, and Holiday Traditions Barbie doll is arriving home for the holidays, dressed in her finest traveling attire, featuring a plum-colored jacket over a full shirt, well, I'm glad to hear that, and a velvet wide-brimmed hat embellished with a glamorous feather, which you can't really see up there at the top. You can see part of the hat, but not the feather. And, you know, I guess I didn't realize, I hadn't read that yet, that it was supposed to be the early 1900s, but, I mean, she really looks like it. It's a really good job, whoever designed this particular doll. And it was originally $50, according to this price sticker back here. Hopefully not too many people paid full price, but some do. Not me. I don't usually pay full price, not especially when you're buying this many dolls and toys. So you get deals. And the last doll that we're going to talk about today is this one, and I know a lot of you must recognize this doll. Actually, I'm going to bring out one other one that's related to this doll. in a minute too, if I can find her. Um, she is the, of course, Jewel Secrets Barbie, African American version. You know, at this point they were calling them all Barbie for the most part, except when it was particular situations or cases like, you know, the Rockers or something like that. This was from 1986. So, you know, there were some that had other names, like I said, but this one's just, let me just make sure, but that's, yeah, it just says Barbie. So it's just African American Barbie. And on the back they show the African American Barbie, the African American Ken, and then that other doll I was telling you about that's quite popular, the Jewel Secrets Whitney. And she had a really long dress that was very narrow, whereas the two Barbies, like this one that you see here, had this huge skirt. Now the reason for that, it says her gown turns into a purse for you, and I didn't mean to say skirt, but the bottom part of her dress. Necklace and fashion change too. So here's what they're talking about. If you look at the bottom, that whole bottom of that dress comes off, and it becomes a little purse, well, not so little, purse for the girl or boy, if he wants it. And then that's what the dress looks like without that. Quite short and poofy there. And it's also got the necklace. This is the necklace. You can see that it's quite a kind of a clunky necklace. Quite big. And you see the other little outfit up here. She came with a second outfit. Where is it? Oh, over here. I have trouble finding it. So that's another one, or it's a jacket. I think that's a jacket actually, that goes with this little dress once you take that off. And then you can see the face of this doll. It's kind of the smaller of the faces they used on the African American dolls, because there's, as with Barbie, there's several different face molds. At least two that I'm aware of right this second. Probably three. And like I said, the Whitney is quite a popular doll. Let me see if I've got that doll handy. I think it's back here. Yeah. So this doll. Okay, so this is the Whitney doll, and I've put her hair up for now. But so they had these really, what do you want to call that? I'm going to call it garish. A little bit garish, but not for that time period. Silvery, metallic looking, and glittery, glimmery outfit. And she's, like I said, got the long skirt, and it's got this big slit in the back. Woo! And then the jacket does come off. I think it actually looks better without the jacket, but I'm not going to take it off right now. And like I said, just to keep it in place, I've got her hair kind of styled that way. Keep it up. And you saw what it looked like on the box. When it's down, it's quite long. So, this is Jewel Secret Whitney. And I've had her for many years. I got this doll when she was brand new in '87 or somewhere around that time, because I was so blown away by her. And let me show you a little closer version, or view I mean. She's quite unique at the time. There wasn't a lot of dark haired dolls back then, and it didn't seem to me. And so when I saw her, I knew I had to have her. And so I got her. So okay, well, we're going to wrap up for now on this week's edition of Barbie Dolls of the Week. If you have any questions, let me know, or any comments. And I look forward to seeing you next time, and hopefully it'll be less snowy of a day for once. Bye, everybody.